Have you got an issue with your slide pack backgrounds going really wonky when you save them up into a Adobe PDF document in a browser? Well, mine were doing that and I was getting really frustrated. So I looked up issues and one thing just simply said it was a problem with Adobe. It was a bit of a bug when it was in a browser. And I'm like, well, that doesn't really seem right. What it turns out actually is that web browsers don't support gradient backgrounds. Duh, well, why didn't someone tell me that? So I've been using these gradient backgrounds and having this issue. So if people download them out of the browser, it was perfectly fine. But when they were in the browser, it was a nightmare. So what's happened is that I've created a slide master set with a theme by going into design. And what you can see, because if I click on this theme here, you'll see that all my slides now change. So I know that therefore I have a theme set up. So I've created that theme that I had before. So I can just undo, and then we've got that theme I had before. But I like my theme and I want to keep it because it's a little bit different with a little bit of, radiance here and stuff. So I want to keep it. So the only way I can keep it is by doing it this way. So what I'm going to do is click on View. Then I'm going to click on Slide Master. And you'll see here, it always goes down to the slide or two under the actual master. So make sure you click up to the very top to the master, because otherwise if you change one of these ones down here, it won't actually alter the whole thing. It won't alter the whole pack. So you see here that we have a theme, which is a theme that I've created for my colorway. So you see that this is the office theme used by all slides. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change it. The way that I did it before is I had to go in here, and because I want to just take a picture of the screen, I basically just had to delete out all these variables. So I just chose, as you can see, one of the slides, and I've just deleted out all the variables so that it's a clean slide pack. That will enable me, in this case, I use a tool called Snagit, but you can use whatever tool you like. So this is what Snagit looks like. And if I go capture, I'm just going to make sure I capture right to the edge, but not over the edge, and right down here to the edge. Now what I actually did is I actually made my screen a little bit bigger, made the whole thing a little bit bigger, just so that I can make sure it was done. So I'm just going to capture that. Now I actually have a picture of my background. So all I'm going to do is just save that picture of my background. So that's done. And what I'm going to then do is I'm now going to just undo those changes that I just made. When they've moved the undo button, I don't know if you've noticed that it's moved onto the home screen. So there's no undo button on here, which is like, how am I meant to undo that? So that's really, really annoying. So basically what I'm going to have to do to bring these things back that I wanted or whatever is choose this one here's got the right heading type that was on the page that we were on, and this is the right footers. So I'm just going to copy those and put them back on that page. It's so annoying when it does this. And I'm just going to choose, say, I'll choose this one. I'm going to put this back in here, but I'm just going to make it full width, well, matching the heading. Okay, so that's fixed it back to how it was. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I just want to alter the background. So again, make sure we're at the very top slide. We now come into background styles, and we can just make the background white. Okay, so we're going to make the whole background white, because that's never going to have any problem, and we just make the whole thing white. What we're going to do now is we're going to insert a picture. We're going to insert a picture, and the picture is the screen grab that we just did, that we saved, and I'm going to insert that here. Okay, now obviously now it's gone over the top of things and I can't see what's in there, so all I'm going to do is go send to back. So now we can see that the slide master and all that is over the top. Now you might want to just click out of that. Now you can see, you might be able to just see there's a faint white edge in that at the top. So I would suggest that you actually adjust these just slightly, just to make sure that they're, where they need to be. So just make sure that you haven't got any edges showing. So it should be fine. You see that went slightly over the edge, but that all seems to be okay now. So again, just click out of it. Yep, it looks clean now. So, there's a bit of a issue at the edge there. So just fix that. And click out. Yep, it looks clean. Might just really just want to make sure they all go all slightly over. Okay, it should be fine. Now, what that's going to do is it's applied, as you can see, to all of the styles that I had in there. And then I am going to go close master view. And now you'll see that we have the slide pack in there. But this time when I now save it, it is not going to save it with that same issue, because it's actually going to save that as a picture. It understands it's a picture. It understands it's not a gradient background. And so it will actually work. So all I'm going to simply do is I'm just going to resave my document here. My suggestion is that you have clear naming conventions. So I was using a bit haphazard naming conventions on these documents. So now I actually want to fix them up. So I'm going to call them all the same structure. So in this case, it was the date that I delivered it. That is that fact that it's a tea time tip 2. It's the topic of the tea time tip. And then I'm going to put the fact that it's a tea time tips, because that's the name of the series. And then I'm just going to put that it's number 2 without the hashtag, because we don't like to use any other punctuation in headings. Now, because this is revised, I could either put final at the end there, version 2. What do you want to do? So I might actually go V2, because it is actually version 2, and that's more standard with my naming convention. And then I'm going to simply go save. So now I've resaved my document with a clean name on it. So I need to save it before I actually PDF it. Then what I'm going to do is save as Adobe PDF. And this time I am going to, so I've already got the dashes and everything are all there nicely now. So I'm just going to go and hit save. When my PDF opens up. So there's our PDF come up now, and we can see it looks correct. It's got a slight, looks like it's got a slight edge there, but I think that's actually from the photo. So that's fine. So that's all looking good so far. Now we just have to make sure that we might want to compress it. So what I usually do in Adobe, I've got Adobe Acrobat DC Pro, and I actually go reduce file size, and I just save that again into that folder. And when I'm naming this again for naming convention, I just go compressed. So I know that that is the final file and it's compressed version, which is a nice clean file to put up on the website on my Teachable School. And you can see successfully cut it down from 6 meg down to 2.4 meg. So that's pretty good. So that's what I'm going to now load up to our So that's what I'm now going to load up to Google Drive. So we come in here and I'm going to load up. So you see I've got Tea Time Tips, PDFs, of slides. So obviously there's 3 ways I can do this. I either can drag it in from a File Explorer window. I can go plus new, file, upload, or I can right click and go upload file. So I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to go in here and find my document. So just going to grab my document, and it's number 2, and I'm just going to find out. So I can either go date modified and go, okay, the last one that was modified, and make sure it's the correct version 2 compressed. Sweet, open that up, and now it's in here. Now what I can show you in here is what it looked like potentially before. I don't know if I've got that exact one in here. No. So I'll look at one of the other ones. So if we go to this one here, first page is right because it was a picture. Second page is right as a picture, but you can see what happened on the third page. That third page should have been the same colorway that that last one is, and it's not. It just completely stuffs the colors up. Whereas this one, we can see already, because there's a bit of color on the side there, that it's worked. So the colors have stayed correct. So that is what we're doing. So hopefully that will help you, because honestly, this has been driving me insane, because obviously if I share documents with people and they only open them up in the browser and they don't download them out of the browser, if they click the download button and download them, they were fine. They didn't have an issue. So it's been incredibly frustrating. So I was glad to finally work out what has been going on and sort that out. Thank you for watching. I'm Jane Tweedy and I'm from FAQ Business Training.